feeling a Christmas headache coming on yet? I kind of am, and I'm pretty bummed about it. Holiday stress for mothers is very real. Why do we end up stressed when our husbands and our kids feel just fine? Well, part of it might be that we're carrying the weight of our entire family's happiness on our shoulders, or that we're shouldering all of the responsibility to make things happen. We probably are doing most of the shopping and the wrapping and the decorating. We're handling the Christmas cards and the teacher's gifts and the neighbor gifts. We do the baking, arrange the schedule, and make all the fun plans, and then we take ownership of those plans and carry them out. Basically, we take the entire mental load of Christmas and add it to our normal mental load, which is already super heavy. So it's no wonder that we get really burnt out and can be a stressed mess during the holidays. In my video a couple weeks ago, I talked about how to achieve a low-stress holiday. I'll link that in case you missed it. It helped you prioritize and whittle down what was on your plate, and I gave you permission to do Christmas your way and enjoy it. So today I'm going to assume that you've already done that. You've taken a good hard look at every part of Christmas, and now everything that's left on your plate is stuff that you genuinely want to do and are excited to do. So why then do we still feel a headache coming on? I have been wondering that myself lately. Like you ladies, I followed my own advice and really simplified everything this Christmas season. I took a really hard look at everything and made very intentional decisions on what I would and wouldn't do and how I was going to do them. So I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty disappointed when I started this week off with a huge ball of anxiety in my stomach. As I looked at each individual thing on my calendar and to-do list, I truly felt excitement about each thing and was totally looking forward to all of it, but there was something about seeing my entire calendar for the month and knowing what was on my to-do list that had me feeling completely bogged down. So today I have some ideas to reduce the headache and stress for all of us mamas while still doing everything that we want to do this Christmas season. First, create white space on your calendar. The month of December can get so full, and even if it's all wonderful things that we're choosing to do, we still need some downtime. I know as I looked at my to-do list and my monthly schedule, I ended up feeling like there wasn't enough room to breathe. I know that I can't possibly enjoy each task or activity to the fullest if I have no chance to come up for air in between each thing. Time to regroup, time to have some self-care, time for the normal daily tasks like keeping things clean and organized. All of those are really, really important. Your Christmas headache might just mean that you need to reestablish some me time that isn't pre-filled with anything. Remember, even really enjoyable tasks are still tasks, and even fun plans are still plans. So we can't forget to give ourselves some breathing time. There's a lot of extra on your plate this month, so don't forget some extra downtime too. My second recommendation is to take the holidays one day at a time. If we look at the entire month or the whole to-do list, it can get really overwhelming. So plan one sit-down planning session to write important dates on the calendar and make a master to-do list. Then use the calendar to prioritize your tasks and give yourself some deadlines. And then don't look at the whole month again. Take it one day at a time or 1 week at a time so that all you have to think about is what's coming next. Productivity 101, break big tasks down into bite-sized pieces. Instead of writing for today, send out Christmas cards, establish today's task as address 10 cards and put them in the mailbox. You want to be able to achieve the item on your list for the day, so make sure it's manageable. Don't hesitate to check things off the list. In previous years, my tendency was to try to save certain things. I was afraid to wrap all the gifts too early because then it seemed depressing that I wouldn't have any more wrapping to do as it got closer to Christmas. Or I waited to let the kids make their Christmas cards because that was the perfect activity and craft to do for the time that they had off of school right before Christmas. But what I've found over time is that it reduces my stress dramatically when I do tasks whenever I want to do them. If I'm feeling pumped about addressing Christmas cards and it's only November 20th, I allow myself to sit down and do it. When my kids are asking me when they get to start wrapping presents, if it's a good time, then I pull out all of the stuff, and even if it's only the first week of December and they get it all done in one sitting, it feels good. Checking things off the list is not a bad thing. There's always more fun to be had. There are always more festive activities that we can do. It really is doing yourself a favor to get things done ahead of time whenever you're feeling it and have some momentum. And even if you don't have that desire, you can consciously bump things up on the calendar to make the time leading up to Christmas less and less busy and stressful. Number 4, reduce the clutter in your house. It's been so fun to have all of my holiday decor up. We went with my husband's family and cut down a Christmas tree, and it's been so fun having it up. And I have already noticed myself getting more and more on edge. Over the years, I've realized that I'm really susceptible to the stress that comes during the holidays because of the added clutter in the house. It's fun, it's festive, it's beautiful, and yet it's just a lot. A lot to look at, a lot to fill up the space, a lot of extra visual stimulation, and if you have little ones, a lot of extra things to straighten up every day. So during the holidays, I find it more important than ever to keep the house picked up and tidy. The normal day-to-day messes can easily push me over the edge when every other surface of the house is decked out. As a side note, I honestly was considering not decorating my tree at all, thinking that this might help me with this tendency, but once we put the tree up, I immediately knew I wanted to decorate it, so we'll see. I have been on a journey of fine-tuning what I put out each year because I'm not sure that I've quite nailed it down yet. I want both, right? I want a minimal house with some white space, and I want a cozy house that feels like Christmas. It is very tricky. I would love to hear any suggestions you have in the comments. Number 5, be flexible. It is not too late at any given time to change your plans, to cancel your plans, to decide to completely cross something off of your list. We don't have a crystal ball, so even if we planned things out very intentionally at the very beginning of the month, we need to see the month of December as a very fluid, ever-evolving list of plans, hopes, and expectations. We don't subscribe to shoulds, remember? We really do want to be able to enjoy Christmas along with our family, so make sure that you're not missing the mark and getting too swamped and too busy. We can do this, ladies. Christmas is fun and busy and sometimes stressful, and we're all just learning and living life, right? Do not beat yourself up if you don't feel like you have it all figured out yet. Just try to find a few moments when you can feel peace and calm and joy that really this season is all about. Good luck, and I will see you soon.